Flamingo chef, show us what you got with cocktails and dishes that hit the sweet spot.
Chicken Parm Meatballs. Wow. I don't know how you don't want that. To make our meatballs, we're going to need chicken. Now, what I did was I took a couple of chicken breasts, actually 3, and I ground them up in the KitchenAid in my meat grinder. If you don't have one of those, you can buy ground chicken. You can go buy a meat grinder. If you have a KitchenAid and you don't have a grinder attachment, you should definitely watch that video because you should get one of those. They're not expensive, and man, it'll save you a bunch of money over time if you're grinding a lot of meat. We're also going to need, so it's about 3 chicken breasts, roughly 1.5 pounds. 1 baby chicken. Then we also need some breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese. This wouldn't be chicken Parmesan without any Parmesan cheese. Mozzarella cheese. You're going to need salt, pepper, and garlic. So why not cheat and do it the way I like to do it with the Kinder's, the blend. Then you're going to need some Italian seasoning, some oregano, and some basil. Last but not least, well, actually 2 more things, olive oil. Now, when you're cooking in olive oil, you should use a decent olive oil. I like this stuff. This is actually from Aldi. It is an Italian olive oil. It's not really expensive, but it's very good. And it's an extra virgin. And I keep it in this little spray container ready to use at a moment's needed. Last but not least, and I don't like to do this, but we're going to use a jar of sauce from the grocery store. It's just a time saver. I mean, this is actually a decent sauce. And the best part was it was on sale today. Buy one, get one free. So why not? So the first thing we've got to do is mix our ingredients. And of course, I don't want to do that by hand. So we're going to use the KitchenAid. This is a handy little attachment. Now, when you buy one of these, it generally comes with a paddle, but it only has the rubber part on one side. It kind of defeats the purpose. This scrapes the entire bowl as it runs. I actually found this one on eBay, but I know there's a guy here in the Wichita area calls himself Mr. Mixer who sells a much better one. All right, so we're just going to put this attachment in, and we're going to prepare our meatball mixture. So into that, I'm going to put the 1.5 pounds of chicken. I'm going to crack 1 full egg. I'm going to put in some breadcrumbs. I've got a little bit left in this can, so we'll use this first. When it's all said and done, we're probably going to need about, 4 to 6 ounces, depending on how stiff we want them to be. So that's about 1.5 ounces. That ought to do it. Okay, you're going to need quite a bit of this, and realistically you're going to need about 4 ounces of Parmesan. We're going to add our seasonings, and each of these we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of the salt, pepper, and garlic. The Italian, probably about 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. Same thing with the basil and oregano. Now all we got to do is put the paddle on and let this mix together. I'm going to turn the heat up on this pan and coat the bottom with some olive oil. Now we're just going to take our meatball dough, but I want to have a little crusting on the outside of it. In this bowl, I'm going to just put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. It doesn't take a lot. And a little bit of breadcrumbs. And all we're going to do is kind of stir that together. This will be our crust for the outside. We're just going to make meatballs out of this, about the size of a golf ball, give or take. So if I weigh these, they're probably going to be about 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces at the most. And then we're just going to set them in here and just lightly roll them around in that bread dough. And then they go into the pan. And all we're going to do is brown these, and then we're going to put them in the oven. But there's a little more to it than that. Just going to turn these occasionally, try not to get them blackened, but get some color on them. And I'm heating up the oven to 400 at the moment. Once I've got the color about where I like it, like this, I just, like I said, I just want to have a little color on the side. What we're going to do now is pour in this jar of sauce. Okay. Move them around in it and then take them off the heat. And I've got this pan and I'm just going to roll it into the baking dish. Arrange them in the baking dish the way you looks nice like that. And then we're going to take a bag of mozzarella cheese. Now, this is an 8-ounce package. Feel free to use as much as you like. I like cheese. So we're just going to top the whole thing with this bag of cheese. I'm going to put this in the oven. The oven right now is at 200 and I'm heating it to 400. That's okay, they're going to cook. And we're going to let this cook for about 30 minutes. We'll check on it then. When it comes out of the oven, it looks like that. Oh man, that's good. All that needs is some garlic bread to go along with it. And we're all set. Didn't take a whole lot of time. It's not going to take a whole lot of time to eat it either. But you can just serve this up pretty much as it is and let people go after it. Until next time, remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you have something you'd like me to make, all you got to do is let me know. Bill at kansasflamingochef.com. Make sure you visit my website, kansasflamingochef.com. Eat fabulous.
In the heart of Kansas, under sky so clear, lives a chef with a flair, bringing folks some cheer. With a pinch of love and a dash of zest, he's the Kansas Flamingo, and his meals are the best.